Happy Saturday, and welcome to the Ram Ashram Satsang Weekend Workshop, where you'll learn a modern Satsang technique for obtaining peace, light, and love in your life. My name is Eddie, and I will be introducing the facilitator for today's event. But first, I'd like to give you a brief introduction to this weekend workshop. If you'll direct your attention towards your screen, you'll see that the first element is Satsang. Satsang is a modern scientific technique for obtaining peace, light, and love in your life. No physical skill, spiritual accomplishment, or meditation experience is necessary to begin its practice. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be with or to be in the presence of. Therefore, the word Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The next element is meditation. Meditation is an important element of Satsang. When we meditate, we withdraw our consciousness from worldly objects and direct it inwards and focus on a single thought. In doing so, our minds become calm and our thoughts become pure, thereby allowing us to obtain higher states of consciousness such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. Inner orientation. There are two types of satsang, inner satsang and outer satsang. An example of outer satsang would be chanting or attending pilgrimages. Through the practice of outer satsang, we have the potential to change our behavior, but it is only through the practice of inner satsang that we can obtain higher states of consciousness such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. The satsang that you will learn today is an inner satsang, where we meditate in silence. Group session. These weekend workshops are structured for group participation. When we meditate as a group, our focus is improved and our progress along our spiritual path is expedited. By regularly attending these weekend workshops, the benefits of group participation are amplified. Joy and inner happiness. All beings wish to experience joy. Joy is the eternal longing of the soul. But it is only through the practice of inner satsang that we can obtain a joyous state. Each time we practice satsang, our inner happiness gradually increases, ultimately culminating in a state of joy, which we experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Agenda. There are 3 sessions contained in this agenda for today. They are the informative session, the practice session, and the interactive session. During the informative session, you'll be given a lecture about a satsang topic, the founder, or some relevant spiritual topic. During the practice session, instruction will be given on how to meditate, followed by a period of meditation. During the interactive session, you have the opportunity to ask questions, or there'll be a panel discussion. And now, I'd like to introduce the facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of satsang experience. He was born into a satsang family where he experienced his family members obtain states of enlightenment and lead lives of peace, light, and love. At an early age, he began traveling with the mission throughout India, spreading satsang. And upon arriving here in the United States, he and his wife continued to hold satsang for satsangis. Since that time, he has worked to make satsang more available to Western and English-speaking audiences. He has led teams of satsang members in translating important satsang literature into English. It is because of his efforts that we are able to participate in satsang today. He currently travels throughout India and the United States conducting satsang while maintaining his duties as a husband, a father, and an IT executive. Today, he will teach us an ancient and rare form of satsang as taught by Guru Maharaj. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Kumarji.
Completed a session of meditation as described by our Guru, Param Sant Dr. Chaturput Sahayji. I will now briefly talk about the benefits of this practice. The word spiritual practice immediately evokes a reaction in most people of a task which is very difficult and may be thought of as somewhat of an abstract concept. Most of us believe that it would benefit us in some way, and it's a good thing to do, but we do not completely understand its positive contribution towards our everyday life. Also, there are always some people who are just focused on their day-to-day life and do not even contemplate upon the concept of spiritual advancement. They just want their everyday life to run smoothly and do not desire much more. The benefits of this meditation that we just completed are anything but an abstract concept. This practice of sitting quietly and focusing on the thought of light entering our heart, internalizing it, and letting it flow through our body for 15 to 20 minutes at a time, when performed regularly, improves us in multiple ways. It is a one-stop shop that positively impacts all aspects of our life, both worldly and spiritual. The primary goal of this practice certainly is spiritual advancement, but as we methodically practice it for days, months, and years on end, we also reap multiple benefits of a lot of byproducts of this practice, and this can energize every aspect of our life. So we can categorize the benefits into 3 buckets. As depicted in this slide, the physical benefits are the ones that improve physical health, are the first to come in. Then there are the benefits derived from a focused mind and also accumulating inner wisdom. But first, let's talk about health. I'm sure everyone agrees that our lives are very busy. At work, we are trying our best to be productive, meeting deadlines, working long hours. When we get home, there's dinner to be prepared. Weekends bring their own list of chores and demands. This constant demand on our time creates stress, which takes a toll on us physically by increasing the level of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol elevates the heart rate, and this has been linked to several ailments like elevated blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, and insomnia. The benefits that just a few minutes of deep relaxation that come with meditation can bring to our physical health are undeniable. Several medical studies have documented the role of meditation in reducing stress and anxiety by decreasing cortisol levels, and this positively impacts our physical health. Next, we can talk about the benefits that stem from the practice of focusing our mind on one thought. The human mind is a very brilliant and remarkable machine. To harness all of its potential, it needs to be focused or concentrated. We know that water lying around in puddles is not capable of much, but that same water, when concentrated into a stream and focused onto turbines, can produce abundant electricity. An unfocused mind accomplishes much less than what it is capable of. Focusing the mind on one thought is exercise for the mind. And much like physical exercise strengthens our body, this practice of concentrating one's mind boosts our focus and energizes the mind. This helps us to perform better in whatever worldly pursuit we are engaged in. If someone is a student, it would help them grasp subtle concepts. At work, it would help us become more efficient and productive. And this also makes us more resilient. In all spheres of life, generally, our ability to tackle complex and difficult situations is greatly enhanced, resulting in a much more improved life experience. And not only does meditation boost focus, it also makes us internally more peaceful by calming the so-called monkey mind. As we were hearing before, our mind is constantly bombarded by thoughts, either dwelling in the past or thinking about the future. This disturbs our peace. A focused mind becomes capable of stopping this barrage of thoughts and concentrates its energy on the present. This instills within us a sense of peace, which gradually builds with continuous practice. Lastly, and most importantly, let us talk about the benefits of meditating on light that ultimately builds inner wisdom. The internalizing of divine light is what really transforms us as a person. Session by session, day by day, and year by year, this practice of 15 to 20 minutes slowly instills an inner wisdom or knowledge. This wisdom guides us in making the right choices, selecting appropriate behaviors, and helps us better understand our duty towards the people around us. As a consequence, our self-awareness increases, we become better family members, better co-workers, better neighbors, and better citizens in general. Our behavior towards others improves, resulting in others treating us better. The practice transforms us internally and instills in us happiness, patience, tolerance, and also creates a sense of internal detachment. The challenges of life do not necessarily disappear. The setbacks in life are not necessarily reversed, but this accumulating inner wisdom recalibrates our mind so that we no longer feel the pain and disappointment associated with these events. A sense of inner happiness and joy always prevails, no matter what we are experiencing. This is the highest form of benefit one derives from this practice. Disciplined practice over time results in a gradual accumulation of this inner wisdom or knowledge. And this brings peace, joy, happiness, and bliss, and keeps advancing us slowly but surely towards the ultimate goal. Namaskar.
So happy Saturday, everyone. Glad to be here. And I think, this video, I think was recorded in one of the immersive weekends. So we're planning something like that next week. It's going to be 2 sessions next week, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. We will talk about worry and anxiety and how worry and anxiety can be tackled through satsang on Saturday. And then, one of the topics that, or questions that has come up several times is like, how do we stay positive and peaceful in not so positive surroundings, situations, people. So that would be the topic for Sunday. So yeah, 2 sessions next weekend. And we'll talk a little more about some of these, benefits of this practice after the meditation. I mean, what's most important anyway is that we practice. It slowly moves us in those 3 dimensions that Anitaji was talking about. I feel sometimes like just detaching and sitting quietly for half an hour to an hour, that in itself is, it's more rewarding than we think, way more rewarding than we think. But if we create a deeper practice, which I think this one is, this, and I have said this many, many times, the way I look at it is there is a transition in period so that we, move our focus from wherever it was into preparing for meditation. So that's transition in. These videos, what Eddie talked about, what I'm talking about, just prepares us. Then music, which further takes us into and then meditation in silence, which is the core of this practice. So transition in and then transition out. So slowly come out of that deep meditation in silence. That's how it has been structured. We have made some changes. There were like traditional prayers, which we have converted to music. Traditional sessions still have, in India, I mean, literally, if not every weekend, there are multiple retreats every month where in 3 days they do 5 sessions, morning, evening in the first 2, and third day is the final session. And this happens in most of the big cities in India. We're trying to bring something similar. I think we're planning a couple of sessions in London, late winter and maybe summer, and have some in-person sessions here in US as well. So anyway, so let's get into the meditation mode for now. That's the crux of it anyway. So number one, sit in a relaxed posture so that the body doesn't move for next 15-20 minutes. So still and relaxed. So and then close your eyes. So close your eyes and try to observe your body. There should be no unnecessary pain, stress, or discomfort. Try to get into a relaxed posture. In that posture, you can sit still for some time. And then think of, so you're manifesting this transcendental energy. So just starts with, imagining that we are in the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light, and that light is entering our heart and distributing throughout our body, and that we're becoming completely and totally immersed in this light. Mind will wander away naturally, and as soon as you become aware that mind has gone elsewhere, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that you are in the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light. That light is entering your heart, it's distributing throughout your body, and you're becoming one with this light. You becoming this energy. So we'll have music to start with, and then we'll go into silent meditation, and then we'll transition out with music, and then we'll have some interaction after that. Let's start now. So happy Saturday and hello everyone. Um, I was just thinking that if this is, and it is a very, very simple process. So why do we need instruction every time before we meditate? Why we need such a regular practice and why guidance is needed? And you know, what I was thinking was that as we have challenges in the physical world, this is almost like a inner journey. And if eventually, if ever I actually write the book that I intend to, it will talk about the milestones, the challenges, um, and the phases that you go through in this internal journey. And you know, a lot of us here kind of know the pyramid. I think next week we will release a video on YouTube, which talks again, you know, about this pyramid and the 5 steps to inner peace. The mind just continues to play games, and we you know, we just where we would get stuck in this journey is almost as predictable as you know, we all individuals, like some get stuck much later, some get stuck up front, and so on and so forth. So getting to, you know, so getting these goals or benefits, and getting to that ultimate goal where you have, you know, like peace on demand. It's like switch it on whenever you want, or have peace in such abundance. And interestingly, you know, I talk about this, that light, love, and peace. So, you know, light and love, so knowledge and the understanding that how we are interconnected and how we're interdependent, and how our journeys are, you know, so I feel that not only we need instruction every time, because mind just is, you know, every single time you meditate, you need to, you know, internally or externally, you need some guidance. So that's one. And in terms of how it's almost like there is no easy way to keep mind to continue to focus, concentrate, and build this path to higher consciousness without either, you know, continually practice or get into a community like this where, you know, you kind of help each other and the collective energy helps, and the group, you know, group sustains literally each other's progress. And I can go on and on, but I'll open this up. So TR, Jessica and Jessica. So are there 2 Jessicas or one connected twice? I'm just wondering. And hello, Kelly, Liz, Eddie, and everyone. So TR, can you, so welcome to Satsang. Just, want to check how the session went. Any questions, comments, any discussion points? So Luz, happy Saturday, and hello, Kelly. You missed part of the the video, which was pretty much on the same lines as last week, where we were just the discussion was on the benefits. And oh, interesting. So Luz cannot unmute herself. Is there a setting, Himanshu or Yuan?
Okay, I think someone just fixed it.
Okay.
Happy Saturday, everyone.
Hello.
Always good to meditate with you, always. I'm sorry I wasn't here last weekend. I was over in New Jersey visiting a friend and her family, so it was really nice. But
awesome.
Your topic of conversation was very interesting today, and I guess what resonated with me and was the speaker in the video mentioned that sometimes there are certain conditions in our life that we can't necessarily change, that we can't change them, and they're not necessarily like positive or making us happy, but meditation can help us to feel less pain, is what she said, which resonated with me. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yes, most of the time you can change things, but some things for certain periods of time can't be changed. And so meditation is a great way or a great tool to learn how to manage even during that difficult period, manage better than you would maybe without it, right? It's a healthy way to manage that. And it also achieves spiritual development. So anyway, that's what kind of resonated with me when she was talking about that.
Yeah, interestingly, by the lunar calendar, it was my grandfather's guru's birthday around this time. One of the things my grandfather said about him was that, it was like the way he would describe, like he would go through life almost like at an even keel. So the ups and downs that we go through, he was saying, he would be upset a little bit if things don't go the way he's looking, or not be very happy when things go his way. So that was one of the things that he described, I mean, in detail, but yeah, it is interestingly, how do you know that somebody has reached the higher levels? So my grandfather wrote that it's almost like that light, love, and peace is, so the knowledge is shared unconditionally, love is shared unconditionally, the peace is so abundant that people who come in contact automatically feel at peace. And that, I think, I personally experienced with some of the folks, you know, who were my mentors. And it's not what, I mean, it is also what they say and do, but it's more like, you know, the unsaid, just the feeling, you know, and this even keel nature where they're not too upset on anything. They're not, you know, the emotional upheavals just balance out. So anyway. Yeah. So wondering if we would hear from TR or Jessica and Jessica. And Kelly, I think are you able to speak, or sometimes your mic doesn't work? Right. So Jessica unmuted. Hello, hello.
I'm attempting to unmute. Can you hear me?
So you seem to be connected twice, is it?
I saw that. I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, Jessica, now unmute. All right. Is this better? Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to remove, I think you might have connected from either two devices or from in the same device twice or something. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we're good now.
Thank you.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
So how are you, and how was the session? How do you feel?
I feel great, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely. It's you know, simple, and it's actually by deliberately and by design very, very, very simple. But sometimes, you know, even doing simple things is very difficult, and it's extremely powerful. I mean, I can vouch for that.
Yes, and it's a process, so a little bit better each time, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes I see, like, when I call this guided, it's not guided in the sense of like you see guidance through the meditation or it's breathing. It's just instruction before the session, and this group and the collective energy helps, but you know, there is, I think, inbuilt interaction that becomes guidance in itself. You know? Yeah. Very, very glad that you were able to join.
Yes, again, thank you. I am also looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, so next weekend, I was actually planning this weekend because, but somehow, you know, life takes over, right? It's so typically I do the immersive weekends, 3 sessions, like 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday, but because of all that is going on, having 2 sessions, but I think they will be good. some good discussion, topics. And as usual, I think, I don't know when I'm looking forward to having these, immersive weekends in person. The energy levels just multiply during those sessions. But oh yeah, so that reminds me, because what happens is, like, when you set up these sessions online, it becomes an event, and almost like the connotation seems to be like it's one and done, which it's far from that, right? It's a practice, it's a support system, it's a family, it's et cetera, et cetera. So I want to have a deeper connection and practice and help in any which way possible to cultivate a consistent and deeper meditation practice, or a progressively better meditation practice. So to that end, I'm actually planning to kick off a online course, which will be like a 5-week course, so that one, it's more structured, it's longer in length, and it's, and hopefully, I'm hoping that it will make the whole interaction level go deeper. The concepts can be discussed slightly more deeply, and and then after that, you decide it's working or not working. I think I might start that beta course pretty soon. Working on that. And how about TR? Hello, hello. Glad to have you here. So Shivangi, you're joining from India?
Namaste, Bhaiyaji. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, I am joining from India. Sorry, there might be some background noise here. You know how India is.
No, it's always good. I always enjoy my India trips. Hopefully, I might be there next month and the month after. And I just, FYI, I mean, if I get there in any of those or both of those events, it'll be like thousands of people. It'll be, some of these bigger events in India, like it's almost, I don't know how to express it. It's like almost miraculous to see thousands of people sitting in silence. It is it's amazing and incredible. So let's see. Trying to figure that out. So Eddie, so what's the final word? We actually
Good. Happy Saturday, everyone, and good to see everyone here again. We were discussing the benefits of participating in Satsang, and I just wanted to say that to add on what you said about being here in this atmosphere, how it has positive benefits. And we mentioned in the beginning, in the introduction, that when we participate as a group, our focus is improved and enhanced, and our personal progress along our spiritual path is expedited. And so just by being here in this group, the the power of satsang is enhanced, if you will, because not only do you benefit from just sitting in this light, being in the presence of this positive energy, which is satsang, but it basically is enhanced by being here in the group, because now you're able to focus more. Your mind is able to become more calm, and hopefully your thoughts become more pure. So it makes this experience of satsang even better, and it essentially expedites your progress. So, each time we're here, it does that, and it amplifies each time we come back. So we should all strive to every week just be a part of this. It's only an hour and a half out of our time, and it's well worth the effort, and it benefits those small goals in our lives that we have for ourselves too, like self-confidence, finishing what we started, overcoming obstacles, being having better personal skills, and all these things. So it helps in a lot of ways too, and that's what we talked about earlier in terms of the video, which said there are other aspects or benefits that you get from participating in satsang. And all that happens just by essentially coming here and sitting and being quiet and silent. So, this is the opportunity for that. This gives us the environment to raise our level of consciousness and to be around people who are like-minded. And it's just a great opportunity. So I hope everyone can take advantage of this each and every week.
Yeah, so Himanshu or Shivangi, can you share the YouTube link, because this video will go there too. Eddie, you mentioned 1 to 1.5 hours. So next week, it might be more towards 1.5, so 90 minutes rather than 60, because typically, 60, 70 minutes is what we do usually. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing you all there. Arvindji, how are you? How are things? London is cold.
Yes, it's kind of cold. It's but we're all hoping that when you go across to India, you'll visit us here in the UK and grace us with your presence and bring the transcendental energy to us, which is what we're grateful for every day. Thank you.
It's all around us. I was just watching a video that they're starting to think that the consciousness is almost like a all-pervasive thing, like gravity. So I thought, like, I can connect to that. It's anyway. So see you all next week, and glad that I was here. We all were here, and happy week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Everyone have a great. See you next week.